Hello macro hard community, welcome back. So as I told you in the last video that I have been working on documentation of the protocol these days. This is more or less I did today. So other than that, I'll briefly go through how Uniswap version 2 works in today's video. So Uniswap version 2 is a decentralized exchange which allows you to swap one token for another. And let's see how it works. So suppose that there is a token, let's call it token X, and the price of this token is $10. Then there will be something called liquidity pool for this token on Uniswap, which will consist of token X and token USDC, which is a stable coin. So the other token doesn't have to be USDC, it can be any other ERC20 token, but for this example, let's take it to be USDC. Let us suppose that there are 100 X tokens and $1,000 tokens in this liquidity pool. Now, since there are $1,000 for 100 X tokens, the price of this X tokens is 1000 divided by 100, which is $10. Now, this is how the price is calculated in Uniswap by taking the ratio of token reserves. Now, the next thing is what happens if price changes. So when price changes, there is one invariant in the protocol, which is that the product of the token reserves will remain the same. So suppose that something happens and the price of this token X increases from 10 to 40. Then the new token reserves in this pool will now be 50 X tokens and $2,000 tokens. Now you can see that if we try to calculate the price of X, there are $2,000 for 50 X tokens, which means that the price of X token is 2000 divided by 50, which is $40. And at the same time, the product of the reserves now is 100K, and similarly the product of the reserves before was also 100K. So therefore the invariant is also satisfied, and at the same time the ratio of token reserves is giving us the price. So the next question is, who provides these token reserves? So these agents are called liquidity providers, and anyone can become liquidity provider. So let us say I am a liquidity provider and I enter Uniswap exchange when the price of token X was $10. Then I have to supply X tokens and dollar tokens in the ratio of the price. So for example, again I supply 100 X tokens and $1,000 tokens, and it forms a liquidity pool. When the price goes to $40, then my tokens, which were earlier 100X and $1,000, will now become 50X and $2,000. And if I want to exit from Uniswap exchange, I will go back and withdraw my tokens, and I'll get back 50X tokens and $2,000 tokens. Now you can see that I came up with certain amount of tokens and I'm exiting with a different amount of tokens. Now this is one risk for the liquidity providers, and this is also known as divergence loss or impermanent loss. Now one good thing about this impermanent loss is that if the price starts from $10 and it goes all the way to $40, and after some time it comes back to $10, then my token reserves, which were initially 100 and 1000, became 50 and 2000 when the price was 40, and again became 100 and 1000 when the price came back to $10. So if I withdraw at this point, then I get back the same tokens with which I started. So therefore my loss now is 0. So therefore this loss is known as impermanent loss, because if you are lucky enough or if you wait enough, then maybe you accrue 0 loss. But the question is, why should anyone provide liquidity? So the incentive for liquidity provider is whenever someone swaps token X for dollars or they swap dollars for token X, then a percentage of these tokens go to the liquidity provider as fee. So therefore I, the liquidity provider, earns the trading fee from the users who are swapping their tokens. And this is how a decentralized exchange actually distributes the fee to a permissionless set of users. So therefore, as long as my trading fee that I'm earning from the users is greater than any impermanent loss, then I'm in a good position. And if that doesn't happen, which means my impermanent loss is higher than the trading fee that I have earned, then I am in a bad position. So this is at a high level how Uniswap exchange works, and I hope that you find this video helpful. So that's all for today. See you tomorrow with more updates and more stuff to discuss, and until then, bye bye.